Welcome, family, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Make some noise. In today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week, as well as Grayscale's GBTC outflows reached 7 billion. But the good news, it's slowing down and drying up. We'll also be discussing the largest Bitcoin whales gobbling up nearly $13 billion worth of BTC thus far in 2024, according to the latest from Sentiment Analytics. We'll also be discussing 5 catalysts that can propel Bitcoin to new all-time highs in the next 6 months, according to Into the Block. We'll also be discussing here's when Bitcoin will tap $100,000 per Bitcoin, according to Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki, who just tweeted and already got 3 million views. Bitcoin to $100,000 by June 2024. Send it. Let's get it. And speaking of price predictions, I'm going to be sharing with you a stunning Bitcoin price prediction reaching $600,000 made by PlanB, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model. And as a bonus, another $600,000 prediction from crypto analyst Tor DeMeester. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome, family. It's Monday already, February 19th. Let's get it. Happy President's Day. I'm your host, JV. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. First and foremost, and welcome everyone in the live chat. Shout out Jennifer Conkright. Crypto Surge says smash the likes. We appreciate it. It helps pump the stream. Let's go, Knoxville. Good to see you, broski. Shout out to Lisa Brault. Says hit the like. Appreciate it. Gobble, gobble. Cheers, Adam. Crypto news alerts. There is no second best. We number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pump, 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 pump it up. And we do it like, yes, sounds good. Thank you, Data Biter. Good to see you, family. Shout out Palm Beach Chris. What it do? Lewis H. Good to see you, family. Crypto Rome. I love Bitcoin, but what do you if you have the thing you love and don't want to sell? Just enjoy the love, man. There's nothing like unconditional love. What's up, family? Shout out Serge K Jam. Lincoln's birthday. That's right. Happy birthday, Mr. Lincoln. Unhappy Resident Day, says Facts. All-time high coming soon. You already know. We're so close to price discovery, family. It's not even funny. Palm, you're good, bro. Loud, smooth and clear. Appreciate that. Eric Go, send it, JB. Welcome, JB 2020 from South Venice, Florida. This is a live show, so make sure to let me know where you're tuning in from so I can interact with you guys. I greatly appreciate it. What up, 5-star? Pull up. Welcome, family. K-Jam says diamond hands from the coal to diamond hands. Pump, 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 pump it up. You know how we do it. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. Shout out to Lock Sky. We greatly appreciate you, legends. What it do? Welcome, everyone. Good to see you, Thomas, tuning in from Virginia. Welcome, family. Everyone just tuning in. Make sure to say hello in that live chat. We appreciate it. Hodl from Colorado. That actually has a nice ring to it. One side benefit of the banks wanting regulation to the Bitcoin custodians is low-rate Bitcoin-backed loans. Hopefully, they create some multi-sig structure for us. That's right. They want in on the action. They're like, why are we giving all of this Bitcoin to the custodians? We could be holding it ourselves. That's a good point. Yay, we're all specialists and make Bitcoin predictions. Another 100,000 prediction says stress-free VIP. There you go. We have the right to make our own predictions as well. So share. Don't be shy. Felix, Portugal in the building. Cheers to that, family. Salute. Tuning in from Cyprus. Welcome, David Wilson. Francisco de Jesus. From Puerto Rico, Sidra. That's what's up, man. Puerto Rico in the building. Sherwood Park, Canada. All-time high soon, says Manuel. I think you're right. When do you guys feel we're going to hit that all-time high? Price discovery, 70 G's above and beyond. Let me know. Good afternoon, D-Gens and JV. Good to see you, Ellen. It's been a minute. How have you been? And where's Helen been? Wisteria, banks are so jelly. Yes, for sure. Joseph, all good in Costa Rica. Pure Vida family, what part of Costa Rica? 100K before the halving. Just watch and relax. I'm with you on that. How many of you guys like that prediction from Rich Dad? 100K by June. Let me know your thoughts. R. Herrera, Houston in the building. Hodl from Mississippi. What up, Furl Ferris Fox? Felix Ott, welcome, welcome. Went to Legoland yesterday. Hundreds of lost granddaughter memories gained. Nice. Where's that located, Legoland? Is that like in Disney or something? Let me know. Hodl be thy name. 100K Fiesta very soon. You already know. Can't wait personally. Before the halving, definitely, says Jennifer. New all-time highs. Sounds like Wells Fargo is next. Yeah, it seems. I think Jamie Dimon's JP Morgan Chase is going to own all the banks that go insolvent. Many more banks will become insolvent this year, family. I like the prediction, and I think it is correct. Mine was similar, but end of year. Nice. Tobias, hi, JV. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Appreciate it. Hi, JV. Great day to be alive. 100% with you on that, Steve. Every day above God Green's earth is a beautiful blessing and a great time to be alive. We need to have a big dip, otherwise a very short Bitcoin run, says Ellen. I mean, we've had a hell of a, past couple of weeks. I know Bitcoin been pumping. 53 is currently the local high, depending on the exchange, anywhere from 52.5 to 53. So once we break past that, I think 55 is the next logical target. And then 60, and then price discovery 69 above and beyond. And keep in mind, we tapped 69, 3 years ago, man. It seems like yesterday, but it's been 3 years already. Who is the second best? That's actually a great question for Sailor.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
You finished the bars. I got a feeling, that today is going to be ETH. Oh, yeah, man. ETH on the cusp of 3,000. I saw it at like 29.50 earlier. So ETH making some big moves as well, which is always interesting.
I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Boom. Bada boom, bada bing. My prediction tomorrow as stock markets open, the market will decide whether it's going up or down. Get ready and hodl. I think you're going to be right, Freddie. I agree with that prediction. We're either going to go up or down when the markets open tomorrow. That's a given. I think it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll get the markets open. I don't trust ETH, says KJam. This is a normal market. We don't need a big dip. We will probably have several smaller ones. And I do notice the trend is the dips are shorter and shorter lived, which is a good sign when you're in a bullish market. Every day is a daydream. There you go. I don't trust ETH either. Yeah, I don't think anyone trusts Joseph Lubin and Vitalik. And we all know they're, doing business with the government. So for all we know, anything could happen. But nonetheless, the price action is bullish right now and pumping. Close to 3,000 when I checked earlier today. We'll see where we're at here shortly when we do our market watch. So ultimately meaning it's the highest price point we've seen ETH in the past couple of years. We need a dip down to 41,000 or lower. I don't know about all that, man. That's a pretty significant dip. Keep in mind, we dumped to 38. After the ETF launch, we tapped 49 and then we dumped to 38. That's like an 11,000 spread. That's why I say expect more extreme volatility leading into the halving less than 2 months out. Shout out to Robbie Helm. Greatly appreciate you subbing. Anyone who subscribes to the podcast during a live stream, you're going to get on-screen recognition and a shout out by yours truly. So be sure to subscribe. I don't trust Coinbase. Well, you can't because the government has power over them, and that's why you don't keep your coins on the exchanges. I trust Solana, says KJam. Yes, the roads are empty in New York. Man, what's going on in New York? The idea of needing dips is based on building a structure of support. This is unnecessary when you have the strong demand. Right on.
Pump, 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 pump it up.
Vitalik, I don't trust his beady eyes. You guys are funny. F uncustody. Exactly. Self-custody your coins, family. They want Bitcoin now after they've been fudding for the last 15 years. Isn't it funny how that works? They're all coming full circle, referring to the banks, I take it. Phil, I've been out of the loop with that. Let me check that out, says Serge. Pamp it up, Dylan.
Pump, pump, pump it up.
Yeah, using Coinbase 1JV, I am going to get it. I haven't. I think that's the monthly subscription. Back in the day, it used to be Coinbase Pro. Now they have Coinbase 1. Well, I'll keep it 100. I don't even have a Coinbase 1 account. Ice Type 8. Thanks for subbing, family. No ETF inflow today. I know because the markets are closed for President's Day. Happy birthday, Abe Lincoln. USD Circle. It's in the name. Exactly. I don't trust USD Circle whatsoever. The people behind it are anti-Bitcoiners, unfortunately. Truckers are boycotting New York due to Trump ruling. Oh my God. I did see, is Trump need to pay like $500 million for this thing from 30 years ago? Unbelievable. What up, JV? How you doing today, brother? I'm fantastic. Rich, I appreciate you. Hey, JV, my day off, and I am loving this Bitcoin rise and today's race day in the Daytona 500. Nice. Good to know. How many of you guys watched the Daytona 500? Let me know. Trucker boycott. Do we have any Bitcoin vehicles? I remember a while back we had, what's his name? Jack Mallers doing some stuff. I don't know if that was the previous year or the year before. He'll be winning on the appeal. It is a ridiculous ruling, insanely incompetent. I'm with you on that, and I'm praying he does win the appeal. I'm sick of corrupt court systems. I hate corruption, especially in the court system that's supposed to be, you know, serving us justice, not shenanigans and extorting people, especially former presidents. ETH to 15,000. Nice. Let's go. Little bubble. Pump it up.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Boom. That's going to be crazy if this really happens. Don't watch cars going on a continuous loop. I will let you guys know how it looks tomorrow morning here in New York City. Appreciate that. Supreme Court is now winning.
More than 5 shots in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song.
Ledger and Coinbase join forces. Coinbase wallet adds Ledger support for ultimate security. That's interesting. Martin Trox Jr., I don't know who that is. Yes, your eyes are there. Just walk through the airport with Bitcoin. No questions asked. Do that with 100,000 or a kg of gold. Yeah, good luck to them, Felix. A lot of truckers are into Bitcoin. They aren't your normal normies. Good to know. But anyways, family, keep the comments to come in. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Welcome everyone to the show, the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day like this. Also, equally important to hit the like to help pump the stream. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Today is pod episode number 1556. I'm your host, JV, and it's Monday, February 19th. Happy President's Day. It's Abe Lincoln's birthday, hence why the markets are closed. Not the crypto markets. They're open 24/7, but the traditional legacy markets, that is. Check out our market watches we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin still hovering around $52,000. Ether looking to make a run and tap 3,000, up 3% on the day. We also have XRP in the green, while BNB, Solana, and Cardano are pulling back and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the crypto market cap sits at 1.98 trillion. We're on the cusp of reclaiming that 2 trillion milestone. We have roughly 68 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. The Bitcoin dominance is 51.5%, with the Ether dominance making a move, now at 17.8%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we have Arweave up 24% on the day and 70% on the week. WorldCoin up 23% on the day and 180% on the week. For Christ's sake. And Hedera, HBAR, up 16%, trading above 10 cents. Below that, Filecoin, Akash Network, Theta Network, Cospa, Beam, Render, Fetch AI, and Stacks. Now, which altcoins are you most bullish on, fam, during this bull run 2024, 2025? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the day. We got virtually all the major cryptos pumping in the green, minus a handful. Some of those handfuls include XMR, Monero, Rune, Mina, and MNT and Hex, but virtually everything else doing pretty well. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 75 greed. Yesterday, 72. Last week, a 70. And last month, a 52, which is neutral. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown clock, there's only 57 more days until the estimated date of the halving, which is scheduled to take place currently at April 17th, which is only 57 days away. If you're pretty ecstatic for the Bitcoin halving 2024, let me know. And what are your thoughts on where the Bitcoin price action is likely to be in the next 57 days at the time of the halving? Do you think price discovery, can we potentially tap 100,000 as Adam Back predicted? Or do you think we're likely to continue in the 50, potentially even $60,000 range, or even pull back and maybe retap the 40,000 range? Let me know your thoughts, family. Ledger has been hacked, says Emilio Gonzalez, working out to Richard Simmons. Is Richard Simmons still doing his thing? Or you're working out to the throwback Richard Simmons? I remember him when I was a youngin', like when I was 6. What up, Goody? I appreciate you subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Casey Gates in the building. Always a pleasure, family. Good to see you. Shout out Jason. Sergio, anyone know something about Sato? 18 million. I've never heard of that one, family. Cincinnati in the building. Shout out Cincinnati. Ellen, you should have having 6 months of food on hand. That's actually sage advice. Unpredictable in this crazy, chaotic world. I think it would be good to have some food stockpiled as well. It's rough for me. I don't really eat food out of a can, but I guess for emergency reasons, it would make sense. You know what I mean? I'm going to be stocking on oatmeal, bags of oatmeal. As long as I have oatmeal and hot water, JV shall survive. Data Biter, there you go. Lots of water, of course, family. I ditched my Ledger wallet, says KJam. He is still around. He's rolling in the money. Wow, Richard Simmons still going strong. That's awesome. Besides, I have a car. So Stacks is killing it. Can't seem to buy it on Coinbase, though. Wow. Yeah, Stacks has been on a tear, that's for sure. La Cacarocha. What's La Cacarocha? Is that a new resort? Grow your own, JV. Are you talking about grow my own oatmeal? Never thought of that. Smash that like button, share the love. Thank you, Cryptic Sniper. I have a reverse osmosis filter. That's awesome. Smart man. Cucaracha. I can get my own food. Nice. You need to make your food with 6 months of ingredients on hand. There you go. You got to do what you got to do, apparently. But anyways, fam, we have a lot to cover. So let's dive right into our Bitcoin TA and discuss the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. Everyone just joining the stream, pump the likes to pump the stream. We greatly appreciate that. So here's the first thing to watch out for. The weekly close sends Bitcoin back to November 2021. Yeah, it's like we just entered a time machine and went back in time. Bitcoin put in a decidedly triumphant weekly close. Anytime I see the word triumph, I think of the Wu-Tang Clan. One of the best tracks of all time. What do you guys think? Anyways, this is its highest close since November of 2021 at around 52,100. So definitely a bullish catalyst to start off the week. When the markets open tomorrow, I think we're likely to pump and soon hit our 55,000 target. But let me know your thoughts. This takes the market symbolically near the peak of what was then euphoria, a blow off top at 69,000. Predictions for how the week would end had varied with various support levels on the radar should the market reverse at the last minute. But in that event, little volatility came, leading to 52,000 holding into the Asian trading session. That's right. And quoting analyst Mikhail Bende-Pop, Bitcoin consolidating at 52 Gs with the total market cap at 1.9. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we're so close to that 2 trillion milestone as we're currently at 1.98 trillion to be precise. He also says the upside looks relatively capped for Bitcoin. My overall thesis is a continuation to 54 to 58 and then consolidation and broader correction. After that, rotation towards the altcoins. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. And quoting venture founder, Bitcoin cycles are never the same, but it often rhymes. Number one, we got the weekly RSI completing a bottoming movement from the lower highs, lower lows to higher highs and higher lows. And following the cycle top, the first 3 RSI peak, and let me open this up for you guys. 50 will have strong reaction at resistance. And he also mentions that if all follows, then the last Bitcoin RSI peak signals break out of the downward channel will push the price higher around 58,000. Then followed by a correction, and this level will be made into strong support going forward at around 50,000. So it seems pretty in alignment with Bende-Pop. What are your thoughts on some of that analysis? Please do let me know. And another analyst mentioned here, I think a degree of that is non-ETF buyers expecting continuation of the strong ETF net inflow and therefore buying the dip, essentially trying to front run the price next week. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week, fam, the halving cycles spark contention. That's right. The debate around the halving and its impact on price is getting even more vocal with less than 2 months to go. All eyes on Bitcoin halving. For some, the price performance in the recent months, especially amid the emergence of institutional access via the US spot ETFs, calls for a reevaluation of standard Bitcoin market cycles. The 4-year cycle revolving around halving events, they suggest, is seeing a challenge thanks to the shift in price coming at unusual times. And quoting analyst Matthew Hyland, Bitcoin has made history history, for the first time ever, Bitcoin has closed a weekly candle above the 0.618 Fibonacci, retraced from cycle high to cycle low prior to the halving. So that's another bullish indicator, family. And quoting Credible Crypto, is this time really different, or is it possible that this time is the same as all the prior times, except people think it's different because they have erroneously been using the halving as a single point of reference for our cycles? Credible linked to the previous post from late 2023, in which he imagined a top in late 2024, followed by what he called the first major secular Bitcoin bear market. Quoting him again, in the coming months, I expect further continuation upwards at a more aggressive pace than we have seen thus far, as we build up to what will be a blow off top for the books to conclude this multi-year cycle. And before that April halving, there remains plenty of opportunity for gains, as envisioned by fellow analyst Rat Capital, who notes the previous cycle saw the pre-halving rally beginning 2 months in advance. And lo and behold, we're only 57 days out. So as he shares here, Bitcoin has one final pre-halving retrace left. Historically, it tends to occur only a few weeks before the halving. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes on this week, global liquidity conditions favoring crypto. That's right. Caution marks the mood amongst macro analysts this week after the recent U.S. inflation data gave the Fed a major headache. Prices, as shown by the CPI and PPI, advanced more than expected in January. Markets, which were previously confident that the Fed would turn on interest rate policy and reduce quantitative tightening as soon as March, quickly reevaluated the odds. As Philip Swift, creator of the Bitcoin statistics platform, Look into Bitcoin, noted, global liquidity conditions are conversely better than ever, a possible crypto catalyst. And by itself, we are getting closer to global liquidity, making a new all-time high, arguably the most important factor for a bull market. That's when the party really starts for Bitcoin. Shout out to Philip Swift, and quoting the KBC letter. Key events this week: number 1, President's Day, which is today. The markets are closed. Number 2, Fed meeting minutes on Wednesday. 3, S&P Global Services PMI data on Thursday. Number 4, existing home sales data on Thursday. Number 5, a total of 5 Fed speaker events this week. And number 6, 15% of the S&P 500 companies report earnings. So it's going to be a pretty big week, family. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes on this week, Bitcoin open interest matches a 26-month record. That's right. The recent days have seen all-time highs in open interest for the CME Group's flagship Bitcoin futures, currently at 6.8 billion. Open interest saw a pronounced spike this month as ETF inflows surged and the Bitcoin price action delivered a return above key resistance levels. Now, a similar phenomenon is playing out elsewhere. According to the latest data from CoinGlass, the total open interest hit 22.8 billion February 19th, which is today, marking the highest level since Bitcoin's $69,000 all-time high. Now, open interest spikes have preceded periods Bitcoin price upside throughout the recent months, but as analysts note, the volatility can run both ways. Quoting Crypto Quant, Bitcoin is at a point where fresh positioning is very risky. The open interest on all coins reaches levels equal to the 2021 highs. Yes, the price can run higher, but the risk-reward ratio is not favorable. And quoting Dan Crypto Trades, Bitcoin open interest is up only since February. It increased by 3.3 billion, which is 32%. Spot premium and funding rates still neutral, so that's a good sign. Now for the fifth and final factor to watch out for this week, the crypto sentiment drifts into extreme greed. That's right. When it comes to cross crypto sentiment, there are increasing signs that the average investor is reaching a state of euphoria. The latest readings from the Crypto Greed and Fear Index show the highest levels of greed since the 2021 Bitcoin all-time high. Last week, the index produced a score of 79 out of 100, corresponding to extreme greed, and briefly beating those 2021 levels. And at this time, we're sitting at 75 out of 100. And quoting the analyst here, in October of 2023, almost everyone is convinced Bitcoin will break below 25,000 again. Bitcoin doubled in a few months without a major correction, family. So let that sink in. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts surrounding the price action and where you feel we're likely to head this week. Do you think we'll continue our pumpage towards 55,000? Do you think we'll correct, trade sideways? Holla at your boy. Welcome, everyone. JV rocks. I second that, Josh. Appreciate that.
Broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Kramer report that.
He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back.
Boom. 2024 is a leap year. February had 29 days equals a week 53. Pounce, pounce. Come on, bounce. That's right. I love it. Rex saw a dogfight this morning and was like, yeah, I'm out. Shout out Rex and our mascot Nipsey in the back. Massive drawdown on Coinbase. Further proof the supply is shrinking. That's right. Supply shock incoming, yo. They're running out. A Bitcoin available in the open market. Definitely a good sign.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
You can't short your dork. We can't afford that. Can someone tell Steve where to find stacks? Well, here's the thing. You can just go on CoinMarketCap, click on your favorite coin like stacks, and then look at the markets, and it'll show you every exchange it's listed on. And then you can go down and see. I know it was listed on Coinbase, but he said you weren't able to buy it for whatever reason, which is interesting. My favorite song of the Wu-Tang Clan is Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the biddies. $1 Million bitch, y'all. Man, I love Triumph. You got Inspect the Deck, scaling the building. Marathon Digital, one of the top Bitcoin mining companies, is one of 3 Bitcoin mining companies that are predicted to survive the Bitcoin correction and make it through to the new Bitcoin all-time high. Buy, says Freddie. Troll Patrol. Troll Patrol. No way, Jose. Preach. Nice to see you. Digital ID. Emilio in the building. Good to see you guys.
Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Yeah. Crypto to zero, they really thought that.
Crypto to zero, they really thought that. Can't stop, won't stop. Yes, just being trolls. Thankness, they actually were trying to FUD Bitcoin. It's too funny. Capadonna. Yeah, man. The Pillage was a legendary album. I'm still a huge fan. Capadonna's the bomb diggity. Gangster's Paradise. Rest in peace, Mr. Coolio. Fred Durst and Redman, just saying. Whatever happened to them? Ferrari accepts Doge now. You ishing me? I know they accept Bitcoin, but wow, didn't expect that. If that's true, JB, you got to play the new Sora AI video from Indian Donald Trump shilling for Bitcoin. It's awesome. I'll have to check that out. I see a lot of AI stuff, man. It's mind-boggling what I'm seeing with my own eyes. Triumph is probably my all-time Wu-Tang Clan song. Yeah, man. It's legendary. JB singing Can Wake the Dead. Code of the Street, 600,000. Whatever, Glenn. No clickbait. I got 2 analysts, one by the name of PlanB and one by the name of Tor de Meester, both predicting 600,000. PlanB being the creator of the stock to flow model, and Tor de Meester, very well respected analysts. So no clickbait here, family. Clickbait example would be putting something in a headline that I don't talk about, that's not true and doesn't exist. Meanwhile, no clickbait. 120 with a 150 blow off top is my prediction, says Jagger. Buddha Monk, I was a fan of Buddha Monk. All the Wu affiliates I was a fan of. My favorite was actually Killer Priest. Heavy Mental was my favorite album. I'm calling that Bitcoin finally breaks the 52 barrier tomorrow. It is time. Right on. Any recommendations to invest in CKB or COS? I'm not familiar with them. PlanB had it perfect last bull run. What we talking about? Wu-Tang, Ghostface, Nutmeg, one of the greatest rap songs of all time. Shout out to the Ghostface Killer. I am a fan. In fact, I'm a fan of the Ghostface Killer going back from the 1970 Shaw Brother Kung Fu films where he took the name from, which was the old man who was the Ghostface Killer. Yeah. Most of the Wu cats got their names from those martial arts films from the Shaw Brothers back in the day, if you know what I mean. Remember Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, one of the most epic films of all time, and my all-time favorite, Shaolin Master Killer with Gordon Liu. Epic. Those are the best films, old school. Doge on the rise, upwards. Yeah, man. A bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't defy how be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically performing armed robbery. Flee with the lottery. And Nipsey, possibly they spotted he. 36 chambers of death, kid. Yeah, you already know, Adam. Much respect to you. Shout out K-Jam. Just got to break 53. Then the horses are running. You already know. The fastest horse in the race. Bring it. Yeah, Sons of Man, huge fan as well. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Remember the basic instructions before leaving Earth? Yeah, man. And Killer Army too is pretty lit. Killer Bonanza.
Again, you can Call me 3AC, cause I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump.
Dropping bars today. I was just quoting some inspected deck. Opinion on the minor stocks. I mean, I'm bullish. Where's the Shaolin Master? Speaking of Shaolin Masters, Mr. Lee, are you here, brother? Let's see if he is even here with us.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
Yeah, man, BIBLE, one of my favorite tracks. It was actually off the Liquid Swords album, but that was Killer Priest with the Jizza. Yeah, that was actually one of his tracks. He did Wu-Tang, the Beastie Boys. Oh, snap. Bringing it back. Oh, yeah, I saw the $9,000 pair of shoes with Trump's signature. Pretty crazy. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss GBTC with their outflows of $7 billion, which is the reason we did dump and correct so much after the ETFs were initially launched. Crypto asset manager Grayscale has continued to see a slowdown in outflows from its spot Bitcoin ETF, though observers believe there is still room for further bleeding. According to data from Bianco Research and Farside, the total outflow of the funds from GBTC since it converted to a spot Bitcoin ETF reached $7 billion February 16th. However, while the rate of outflows has slowed considerably, observers, including the ETF store president, Nate Gerasi, say the bleeding may not be over yet. Quoting him here, GBTC has $7 billion outflows in the past 5 weeks. What a chart. Outflows are clearly slowing. Interested to see what happens moving forward. Play for Grayscale, in my opinion, is to launch the mini GBTC spot Bitcoin ETF significantly lower fee. Yeah, considering they have the highest fee out of all the competitors. I think it's 1.5% when the competitors are like 0.25% or less. Hence why so many people removed, I guess, out of GBTC and put it into other ETFs such as BlackRock or Bitwise or ARC21, etc. So while January saw the largest portion of the exodus with 5.6 billion leaving GBTC by the end of the month, February has only seen 1.37 billion in outflows thus far, which is good. In a February 18th post, Bianco Research founder and former Wall Street analyst Jim Bianco believes that this much of the outflow is due to the investor rebalancing their portfolios and shifting to the spot Bitcoin ETFs with the lower fees, which makes sense. He added that the newly launched batch of ETFs have cut their fees between 0 and 12 basis points, whereas Grayscale still charges 150 BPS, which is 1.5%. Bianco offered another reason for the continued outflow from GBTC. The fund traded at a substantial discount to the Bitcoin market price, a roughly 44% discount to Bitcoin, when BlackRock filed for its spot ETF in June 2023. A lot of money flows into cheap BTC. When Grayscale converted to an ETF on January 11th, 2024, they began to close this arbitrage type trade as their goals were accomplished. Now, meanwhile, Gerasi believes it's still early and that the asset bleed shall continue. Quoting him here, they can have assets chopped by like 90% and still make more than all of the other issuers combined. He also believes that Grayscale may next launch a mini GBTC, a separate and new spot Bitcoin ETF at a significantly lower fee. And further bleeding could also come after the judge recently signed off on an order allowing the bankrupt crypto lender Genesis to sell a part of its investments in Grayscale. And according to the court documents, Genesis held 1.6 billion worth of shares. Oh no, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust and the Grayscale Ethereum Classic Trust as well. So we all know 1 billion of that 7 billion in outflows was actually from the FTX estate, in which they were forced to sell as well. And it seems that Genesis is going to be dumping 1.6 billion. So I guess anticipating more outflows. There you have it, family. Now, how many of you are actually invested in any of the ETFs? I'd love to know. Let me know. Ellen, best advice I can give someone and anyone is Bitcoin as possible before the 5-figure Bitcoin becomes a thing of the distant past. I foresee that happening in the near future. Still stacking, obviously, says Jagger. Hopefully the extra cash doesn't make you even worse of a human. They dumped into the market. Dougie needs a fresh restart. No skipping allowed here, my friend. Kiyosaki thinks gold is better. Kiyosaki, I read the other day, is predicting $1,200 an ounce of gold. So can't be too bullish, at least here for the short term. Very bullish on Bitcoin, calling 100,000 by June. This is one of the stories we're going to be covering here soon. Notice the market's pumping again. Every time JB goes live, we pump it up. And we do it like
Drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up. I can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love.
I can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love. Yeah, man. What up, what up? Koo's dog, good to see you. And the government greenlit bankruptcy sell-offs involving GBTC as well, which GBTC has no control over. I calculate verse 21 debasement corrected all-time high about 110 to 130, and 80,000 is still 30% below. 520 to 580 this cycle is possible. Love it, Steven. Thank you for sharing. I was one of those that moved some of my 401k from GBTC to FBTC. Right on. And I take it you did it because of the lower fees. Is that accurate? What up, trolls? We love you. ETF is McLovin. ETF is good for old something. JB, have you seen gold going down? I don't really follow it, but many people who are supposed to be bullish on gold are predicting it going down. So it's not shocking to me. We know it's completely controlled. Shaheem, that's right. The Rugged Child. I know all about Shaheem. I used to have all of his albums when I was a kid. The youngest one in the Woo, as far as Woo affiliates. Good stuff. Co-Defendants. Yes, that's a classic family. And I remember Buddha Monk, Hellraiser, all of them. Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. If Bitcoin hits 100,000 in June, the Jamie Dimon song, does anyone think of a customary drop will follow, and how much later? What's great about Bitcoin and pumps and dumps to the Bitcoin standard? One Bitcoin is worth one Bitcoin still. Well said, Coin Father. Shout out Coin Father. Good to see you, broski. Thank you, everyone. Someone is at my door. Got to run. All good, Ellen. Do what you got to do. I own some ETFs only because I moved my retirement investments 100% into it. Completely understand, Ron Liu. Poo-poo. Says Casey. It's all good news. I'll try to slow the surge. It is more time for the retail to buy. They cannot stop the surge. 100% on that. Please hit that like button. Help spread the message of Bitcoin. 100% gently press the like button. Very gentle. The more gentle, the better. Unless you like to smash, then you smash like the Hulk. It's up to you guys. Free will here. Anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. We got a lot to cover. We discussed GBTC 7 billion of outflows. Well, now let's discuss the smart money, which is the whales, with 13 billion bought up of the King crypto. And as we mentioned earlier, Coinbase Bitcoin is drying up as well. Their self-custodied Bitcoin is growing because they're the custodian of BlackRock and many asset managers, including actually GBTC. However, Bitcoin available supply drying up fast. Can you say supply shock? So yeah, this is according to Sentiment. New data reveals the largest Bitcoin whales are snapping up billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin by assets by the largest crypto by market cap this year, according to the market intelligence platform Sentiment. And I'm going to be doing a podcast episode with Sentiment probably sometime this week. They reached out to me and wanted me to be on their show, so be on the lookout for that. While digital wallets holding between 100 and 1,000 BTC have been selling Bitcoin this year, wallets holding 1,000 and 10,000 Bitcoin have been gobbling up Bitcoin at a rapid pace. Quoting them here, independent from the impressive volume happening with Bitcoin ETFs, there have been a distinct flip in the level of Bitcoin supply being held by different size wallets, 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin wallets with 12.95 billion added this year, and between 100 and 1,000 Bitcoin wallets, meaning Bitcoin in the wallets, just to clarify, 7.89 billion dropped in 2024. So according to Sentiment, the accumulation of the larger Bitcoin wallets is massively outpacing the selling done by the smaller whale cohort. The analytics firm also finds that the count of large Bitcoin transactions worth more than 100,000 witnessed a sudden spike last week as Bitcoin broke above 50 Gs. And isn't it crazy? Only 2 Bitcoin right now is 100,000. It's going to be even crazier when we can say 1 Bitcoin is 100,000, and we all know it's incoming. Quoting them here, the net difference in these smaller and larger wallets, typically associated with the highest tiers of active whales, indicates an estimated 5 billion plus in Bitcoin accumulation by the 100 to 10,000 Bitcoin wallets thus far this year. And additionally, the most recent 5-day span has seen the highest levels of transactions exceeding $100,000 in value since June 2022. There has been a clear rise in interest from key stakeholders after Bitcoin's cross above 50,000 this week. And as I like to say, follow the smart money. The smart money is the whales. The whales, they're accumulating, which ultimately means you should be accumulating if you want to have the results of the smart money. Just like MicroStrategy, continue accumulating, right? ARK Invest, continue accumulating. Max Kaiser, I could only imagine, continues accumulating. All the smart money knows what's up. So follow the smart money. Let me hear it from the Bitcoin crabs, says Mick Foon. Yeah, the Bitcoin crabs. That's kind of funny. You're always up on crypto if you diversified, right? Says Chug So Cold. Not Chug So Cold. Nakamoto created Bitcoin for the people, not the greedy ETF issuers. Facts. Crab Cat. Crab Cakes. What up, group? Shout out Jack Robinson. The Coin Father. What up? What up? Jonathan Mann. Yeah, it's a good jammy jam. I can play a snippet of it, but due to copyright, I got to be very careful here on the tube, if you know what I mean. But I love to play that entire track without interruption on Rumble.
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers.
Classic. Just remember when we rip tomorrow morning, I call 64,000 by the end of March. I hope you're right, Squirrel Bait. That means we all get a nut, not just the squirrels. Send it. I lost all my Bitcoin in a blowhole. Oh no. Troll life. We said Bitcoin would dump 20%, but I still can't buy at 100 or 500 thou. I was never born. Question that. Whoa. Rumble. Yes, you already know K-Jam how we do. Late to the party. All good. Freddie G. Troll punks jump up to get beat down. Nothing but a beat. Crab Cat. Wrong channel. That's why. Files. Yeah. Non-ETF Bitcoin in self-custody. Hashtag cold wallet. Squirrel Bait. That'd be awesome. Yeah, man. Bring it. We are all no coiners. We lost our keys. That's right. No one here holds Bitcoin. We're just, I guess, what's the word? We're posers. We wish we had Bitcoin. Maybe at one point in time we did, and it's like it's all gone, and we just celebrate. And yeah, we can relate to one another, if you know what I mean. So many boating accidents. It's sad, but hey, boating accidents happen. So what are you going to do?
Flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
The bull flag on the chart got me blowing up. What? Yeah, classic. Shout out Lil Bubble. So I buy Bitcoin with 52 G's right now and it doesn't hit 600,000. You'll cover my losses? Oh, hell no. Do I look like a sucker? Take investment advice from your financial advisor and he'll tell you not to buy Bitcoin and then blame him when it goes to 1 million and why you're not a millionaire. Don't ever dare point the finger at someone like myself. I don't accept your liability and responsibility for your investment decisions. I want to make that clear. That goes for each and every one of you out here, right? Methinks JV got like 70 BTCs, says Silas. I have 0. Yeah, nothing. Who's Bitcoin? What do we talk about on this channel again? Crypto news alerts? Let's pose with our treasures. Cold wallet photo, born Jamie Dimon. Bong bong. Remember, Genesis wants the most for their Bitcoin. That will be quickly bought up, but all lost at whatever accident. I know it was a joke. It's all good, family, but some people misinterpret jokes, especially in chats. So I just want to be very clear that whatever investment decisions you guys make, you got to live with, and you got to look your family in the eyes, right? Don't point the finger at other people if you make a bad decision, because you have to be a man, put on your big boy pants and do your own research, right? Don't listen to what any YouTuber tells you. I'm not a financial advisor. I want to make that very clear. I'm just a YouTuber, just a podcaster. I don't know much. All I know is, I mean, what I share in the news here. So take that for what it's worth with a grain of salt. Just trying to do my part and share this information with you. You know what I mean? But anyways, as we continue our pumpage, continue pumping the likes to pump the stream. I greatly appreciate that. But let's now discuss Bitcoin all-time highs, shall we? Here we go. Headline reads, here are 5 catalysts that can propel Bitcoin to new all-time highs within the next 6 months, according to Into the Block. Into the Block head of research, Lucas, says that the forecast is based on 5 catalysts, which can serve as tailwinds for the top crypto asset by market cap in the coming months. The first one is the highly anticipated Bitcoin halving in April, which will cut Bitcoin miner rewards in half. That's right. And according to him, Bitcoin miners are more prepared than ever for the reduction of Bitcoin issuance. Quoting him here, for this reason, as well as the continued specialization in the miner equipment, we predict Bitcoin's all-time high to reach another all-time high just a month after the halving. He also says the halving will likely lead to reduced selling pressure as Bitcoin's issuance inflation rate will drop from 1.7 to 0.85% after April. The second catalyst that could propel Bitcoin to record highs is fresh inflows coming from the recently approved Bitcoin ETFs. And according to him, the Bitcoin ETFs have amassed about 4 billion in new inflows in just a month after the launch, which is unprecedented in the ETF market. This could result in growing demand for Bitcoin, he says, while supply issuance decreases post-halving, resulting in a potentially explosive dynamic for the Bitcoin price. The third tailwind is the anticipation that the Fed will begin to cut interest rates as early as March, next month, a couple of weeks out. And according to the researcher, traders are already front-running the Fed's easing of monetary policy. Quoting him here, whether it happens in March or late as the summer, the forecasted rate cuts are being priced in and leading markets higher. As interest rates begin to decrease, it'll become cheaper to borrow, supporting more liquidity into financial markets. God bless you, Nipsey, which ultimately tends to benefit the prices of Bitcoin and stocks alike. The fourth catalyst is the upcoming U.S. presidential election. He says the Fed might take steps to make the economy look good ahead of the event. With presidential elections coming in November 2024, there's an implicit incentive for the Fed to prop up the economy to increase Biden's odds of re-election. Now, who's going to win this presidency, family? And please don't tell me Sleepy Joe. He also predicts that companies across the globe will accumulate Bitcoin in the coming months, as he shares here. With the spot ETFs now making it easier than ever for Wall Street to access Bitcoin, it is likely the more hedge funds will accumulate Bitcoin in the upcoming quarters. An increasing amount of companies in Asia and South America have adopted Bitcoin for part of their treasuries. Now that the ETF legitimizes Bitcoin in the US, this pattern may expand nationally. So there you have it, my crypto family. Let me know your thoughts on some of that. And do you feel all-time high income in? Before we dive into our next story, which is Robert Kiyosaki predicting 100,000 Bitcoin by June, which is right around the corner. Let's check out the chat. The sixth is the Fed cannot spruce up the economy at this point in unsustainability without severely debasing the currency, pretty much. You know what I mean? Is anyone else nuts like me for trying to something on your phone on the TV so I can watch the TV and still chat? Not crazy at all. I have a projector downstairs, and I oftentimes will put YouTube on the projector. When I watch the UFC fights and stream, I always put that on the projector. Just gives you more, you can have a bigger screen, so be it. You got to enjoy the pod, right? Any way you feel fit. Trump, Ram Sawani. Is Ram Sawani running with Trump, or is that yet to be determined? I know a lot of people have been calling for that, but I haven't seen anything officially, so that's why I asked. And I do know he dropped out of the race to support Trump, which makes me wonder. But anyways, South America is on board. Let's vamos. Shout out South America. Shout out Paula G. Good to see you. Looking forward to the Ramsawani Harris debate. Could not hit all-time highs with the demand, asked Thomas. I'm having my daughter make me Let's Go Bitcoin t-shirt. Nice, Jackie. Or Jack. I am watching on TV, chatting on my phone. That's what's up. That's awesome. How big is your TV? Because you must have like a 60-inch JV on your screen. That's awesome. We should. Vivek is a G. Very well spoken, and he gets Bitcoin. I love the WF. Then I pause and move. Trump and Hecklefish. That's a great ticket. Who's Hecklefish? Love your insights. What about Biden? Let me make up some. Biden and Bankman-Fried. Bankman-Fried can go from trading mackerel in prison. He can get pardoned by Biden, and I think they'd make a great team. You got young Bankman-Fried, the fraudster, and then you got old Sleepy Joe, the fraudster, who can't stand, but together running, that'd be a powerful force. 60-inch JV, nice. I have my 86-inch JV on my TV. Oh, snap. I don't even know what I look like on an 86-inch TV. I'm like looking on this little phone. That's like all I can see right now. Kind of crazy. Yeah. You guys are funny. I'm about to have a daughter too. Congratulations. What a blessing. There's nothing like having a daughter. Will transform your entire life. Luke Doggy Dog. I know from firsthand experience. My daughter was actually born on my birthday on the 11th. The greatest gift ever that God could have given me. Hecklefish sounds kind of fishy. Exactly. But anyways, speaking of Kiyosaki, let's discuss Rich Dad's 100,000 target. He tweeted yesterday, already got over 3 million views. So check it out and shout out to Rich Dad. I'm a fan. It's been more than 2 years since the popular laser eye movement took over X, formerly known as Twitter, when numerous Bitcoin proponents, including JV, revealed the asset will inevitably hit 100,000 after it had surged past 50 and 60,000. However, as everyone who had followed even remotely the industry knows, that didn't happen. Just the opposite. The landscape changed for the worse in 2022 and early 2023, which resulted in a price dump of under 20,000. I think we touched roughly 15,700, which was the bottom. The second half of last year, though, is when the situation started to improve, perhaps driven by some hype around the potential approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US. Although that seemed like a long shot back then, the involvement of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, reversed people's beliefs. That's right. We had Lawrence Fink on the mainstream talking about Bitcoin is a flight to safety, right? And as such, Bitcoin started to regain traction. Such products were finally approved at the start of 2024. And even though they turned out to be immediate sell the news events, their impact on the long term cannot be understated. With the massive amounts of USD entering many of those financial products, the Bitcoin price jumped above 50,000 to where we're at right now at 52,000 for the first time in 2 years. This turned the community's sentiment on its head as the bulls seem to be in full control. Amen to that. And as such, there are also numerous predictions flying around, each more impressive than the other. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, weighed in on the matter. He has been a Bitcoin supporter for years, often praising the asset alongside gold and silver over fake fiat currencies like the dollar. Now, more power to him. I shared a prediction from him the other day, him predicting gold crashing to $1,200 an ounce, just FYI. But in the more recent post on Bitcoin, Kiyosaki said the coveted 100,000 price tag will finally fall in the next 4 months, quoting him here, and it was tweeted February 18th at 5:57 p.m. And again, already over 3 million views. Bitcoin to $100,000 by June of 2024, as he shared here on X. And now for a throwback tweet, this is actually kind of funny. In June of 2022, Rich Dad lesson: losers quit when they lose. Bitcoin losers are quitting, some committing suicide. Winners learn from their losses. I am waiting for Bitcoin to test an $1,100 level. If it recovers, I will buy more. If it does not, I will wait for the losers to capitulate, quit, then buy more. Now, clearly, Bitcoin didn't touch nowhere near $1,100, but hey, you can dream of buying at those prices nonetheless. Let's see what Dylan LeClaire wrote. Waiting for a 98.5% to see a capitulation? Okay. So yeah, we got to take all predictions with a grain of salt, because no one's Nostradamus, right? So understand that. But at the same time, it's good to see Rich Dad's bullishness for Bitcoin, especially when he is short-term bearish on gold. So much respect. Shout out to the Rich Dad. Smurfs are blue enough to smash the Smurfs. Remember Papa Smurf? Dances with Smurfs. Why are we talking Smurfs? I must have missed that part of the chat. Corn Pops was a bad food. Corn Pops. I was never a fan of that. Cereals, all the cereals suck. They're all poisoned pretty much with bad stuff and things that'll, yeah, you already know. Bitcoin 100,000 stacks to 1,000. Send it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. JB, I can send you a picture of you on the 86-inch. Please do. Send it to me on X if you don't mind. DM me on X. I'd love to see it. Smurfs equals mushrooms, just like Mario. These bears are hitting ground flour. Rich Smurf, poor Smurf. There you go. Pump the likes to pump the stream, family. Corn Pod was Biden's bully. Oh, is that for real? Was there a bully named Corn Pod? Orange fish, orange coin, orange man. I am seeing a pattern here. Mark Anthony, what did it do? Would you be heartbroken if the ETH ETF was rejected? I can care less. I'm all in on Bitcoin. I don't care about ETH. Don't get me wrong. I may still have a tiny position of ETH, but it's not going to affect me in a life-changing way. So if ETH went to zero tomorrow, I wouldn't shed no tears. I'll keep it 100 with you guys. But I do think eventually there'll probably be an ETH ETF because BlackRock wants it, and BlackRock gets what BlackRock wants. BlackRock, you don't understand how powerful this institution is, family. 10 trillion in assets under management. JB, would you be? Yeah, so I wouldn't be heartbroken at all. Now, if something happened to Bitcoin, I may be heartbroken, but what can potentially happen that hasn't already happened over the past 15 years of FUD, right? We survived it all. I am waiting to, I went from 5,000 to 10. I'll buy at 10. If it doesn't hit 10, I'll have to go to the Bitcoin pods and troll. It's from the Biden speech. Oh, okay. Man, I've never listened to a single Biden speech. I may have listened to like a 10 or 15 second clip where he just doesn't make any sense, like on X when people share that. But do people actually attend his speeches? That's interesting. JB got some ETH scraps, pretty much. Pretty much got some ETH scraps, how I would definitely consider it. Daytona 500 now, says Corona Free. What keys? I have no keys, bro. That's right. You don't need keys unless it's Alicia keys. You know what I mean? That's a different story. Your voice is important. Protect it. Thank you, Paul. That's not Joe Budden, right? I remember a different version. Correct. That's Little Bubble remixing the Joe Budden track of Pump It Up.
Well, do your thing, let me do my thing. You know we bout as long as a piece of string.
I have the Florida keys. Nice. If there are ETFs coming for ETH, their smart play is loading up on ETH. If Bitcoin is out of reach for some, in my honest opinion. Right on, Adam. Gensler is Gargamel. I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, man. Yeah, Swiss Beats is actually hooked up with Alicia Keys. So God bless them both. I grew up a huge fan of Alicia Keys from the time I was in probably middle school. Still a huge fan of her music. She makes good tracks. JV is giddy today. Significant scraps, maybe. Private Alicia Keys. You guys are funny. Oh, my God. Yeah. Gensler's human suit needs tailoring. It's sagging under the eyes. Bitcoin downtrend. I hope JV has over 50 Bitcoin. He has helped is do it right and buy biddies and hodl hundreds for sure, says Unmatrixed. I think ETH ETF will be delayed. Fiona Apple. Oh my God. I remember Gargamel. He really hated them Smurfs. Yeah, he was the one who tried to eat them all the time, right? He pretty much was Gensler. Anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. We discussed that $100,000 target. Now for our featured story of the day, the Bitcoin price action surpassing $600,000 per coin as per PlanB, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, and also have an extra bonus prediction from Tordamista, also predicting $600,000 Bitcoin price action. So let me break this down for you as the headline reads here. Stunning Bitcoin prediction of $600,000 per coin made by PlanB. So yeah, a major Bitcoin analyst and author of the stock to flow model for Bitcoin is known on X as PlanB, which we all know and have been following here on the show for years. PlanB has made the ultra-bullish Bitcoin prediction, stating he expects the Bitcoin price to surge almost 4 times higher than the current price, but evaluated his prediction in terms of the price of gold in ounces. That's right. In a recent tweet, PlanB reminded the crypto community that currently 1 Bitcoin is worth 26 ounces of gold, 1 ounce evaluated at 2,000. His tweet states that it is likely that in 2024 to 2025, the price of the global flagship digital currency, aka Bitcoin, should rise to at least 100 gold ounces. This is the fiat equivalent of $200,000. However, the chart shows PlanB's prediction in detail. In 2024, he expects Bitcoin to rise to 35 ounces, which is 70,000, taking into account the current price of gold. And in 2025, the analyst expects the asset to skyrocket as high as 300 gold ounces. This would make Bitcoin valued at 600,000 per coin, according to PlanB's expectations. And let's actually pull up some of the stock to flow. If you're not familiar with the stock to flow, it has been the most consistent and accurate Bitcoin price prediction model. It was always intact until the previous cycle, but I do think it was due to FTX and a lot of black swan events occurring in which the model did not account for. And I do feel that potentially for this cycle, we could be right back on track. The stock to flow shows us that the Bitcoin price will be hovering between $100,000 and $1 million per coin post 2024 halving, leading up to the next halving. in 2028. And as PlanB shares here, a reminder, you can still get Bitcoin below the all-time high levels with the all-time high of 69,000 until you can't. Preach. Now, someone asked them, why you truly believe the price will go up to 200,000? And he responded, because I've seen Bitcoin go up from 400 to 4,000 and then from 4,000 to 40,000 and from 40,000 to 400,000 is not that weird for me anymore. Touche. Now, Joe Burnett shared, Bitcoin is at least 10x better than gold. In 2022, Saylor discussed the 3 catalysts that would take Bitcoin to 5 million per coin, which is 10x the size of gold. Fast forward to 2024, 2 have already been triggered, and the third on the horizon. Bitcoin appreciates in cycles repeatedly because it's the world's best money. It's money that can't be printed or mined infinitely, and it can be teleported over the internet. 500,000 Bitcoin or gold parity is likely just the start. Preach. Now quoting Alexander Ellefson, personally ambivalent, but I am curious. Some Bitcoiners laughed at PlanB's stock to flow model when we fell to 16,000. Are you still laughing? Still certain we won't hit 440,000 this cycle? Question mark. So what are your thoughts? Do you think we can hit that 440,000 target or as high as 600,000? Please do let me know. Now, here's a bonus prediction of another $600,000 target by an analyst I respect named Tor Demeester. So here's his uber bullish target. By the year 2026, the price of Bitcoin might reach levels between 200 and 600,000 per coin. This unbelievable 4 to 12x rally, 12x send it, will be fueled by trillions in cash from various bailouts and stimulus programs, as he shares here on X. In 2021, Bitcoin topped at 69,000. I am targeting 200 to 600,000 by 2026, fueled by trillions of dollars in global bailouts as well as in stimulus. Yeah, he also goes on to share, I expect for retail to start waking up soon. Remember, there is no fever like Bitcoin fever. Let me know if you guys got Bitcoin fever. That said, keep in mind, one of the most important lessons in Bitcoin, be careful with debt and potential overexposure because its volatility will easily give you whiplash. That's right. And yeah, he has actually a bunch more tweets and such. Very interesting. But anyways, such an optimistic forecast was shared by the author of the Bitcoin reformation theory. And unlike many Bitcoin bulls, he highlighted that retail awakening will be paramount importance to the Bitcoin rally, not institutional involvement. Thus, the Meester added a warning for those retail investors interested in a potential Bitcoin rally above 500,000, which I just shared with you. Now, back in mid-December of 2023, they covered that Bitcoin would go well north of 120,000. We also have Jack Mallers' predictions as well. Jack Mallers being the Strike CEO, and I've actually heard him say on television that he believes Bitcoin is heading towards $1 million per coin. But let me know your thoughts on that, family. And what are your thoughts with Bitcoin realistically hitting 600,000 by the year 2026? JV's personal prediction, I've been throwing my targets out here for quite some time. I feel we'll hit the cycle peak more than likely next year in 2025, and it will be somewhere between $222,000 and $500,000 per coin, with 222 being my bearish hypothesis and 500 being my bullish scenario. Can we potentially go higher? Absolutely, anything's possible. Can we potentially fall short and not even eclipse the 200,000 level? 100%. Anything is possible, but that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thinking in the live chat, and I'll read as many of these comments out loud as I can. 600,000 Bitcoin, I'm going to need a 12-digit calculator. Exactly. We're going to have to order special calculators. Might as well order them now. Things will definitely get interesting as the Bitcoin news at 100,000 mark. The Bitcoin whales will sell, but the fiat whales will buy Bitcoin. Yes, all predictions are made to be destroyed. Well, here's the thing. All these predictions eventually come true because Bitcoin's on a trajectory going north for our lifetimes and lifetimes to come and generations to come. So all these targets we throw out here will eventually come true. Shout out to NASDAQ. I appreciate you supporting the channel through the Patreon. For those that don't know, we do have a Patreon set up, and so that helps us tremendously. Thank you, family. Respect. That hat is hot. It says Trump rally. Cheers to that. I appreciate that. The Biddy hat. He ruined Giuliani. You talking about Mayor Giuliani there? Late, but made it. Better late than never. Off the wall. Welcome. 12-digit calculator working on it. Damn it, Donnie. Why do I got to get what's this? So smart on us? Yeah. JV, I'm about to go Howard Beach and order the new Park Pizza. Want something? Yes, please. Pineapples on mine, please. Ironic, for lunch, I just had pizza left over from last night. I had pizza from famous pizzeria here in Puerto Rico, Marco's. And I'm kind of being, yeah. It's like, is what it is. JV, I'm about to go to, yeah, so please do order me something. Bitcoin shows the best performance for the unit risk now with the ETF on Wall Street. No asset manager can dare to deny Bitcoin, especially if underperformance is expected. 600,000 is possible. It's going up forever, Laura. I'm glad you actually referenced that. Let's hear it from Sailor.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
You hear that? Superior asset goes up forever, Laura. UFOs and Bitcoin, the link. I love bacon and pineapple pizza. Am I weird? Hopefully, because weird would mean different than the norm, and you definitely don't want to be the norm in today's crazy world. So there's no second best. You got that right. Shout out for 2 for 1. The Doge Father. Oh my God, is that Elon in the building? The Doge Father? There's only one Doge Father. It's Elon. So you're saying I need to try Marco's? Then, well, it's kind of a joke. Marco's is everywhere. It's probably like the Papa John's or Pizza Hut of Puerto Rico. Like every corner has a Marco's. Like every grocery center, shopping center, I see a Marco's. I always end up ordering it. It says the Italian way. I'm Italian. Does it taste like Italian pizza? No. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. I order it. Nothing like Italian pizza, though. Pizza from Howard Beach, you know that's good. Nice. FOMO incoming, 100,000 before the halving. Marco's Pizza at the 100,000 party. Why not? If that's what you guys want, we'll make it happen. There's a party spot closer by the Cross Bay Boulevard. Weird means you're not a sheeple. Precisely. I used to have an old podcast, feels like a lifetime ago, maybe 10 years ago, long time ago. It was called Weird Entrepreneurs. I would interview other weird, successful entrepreneurs. And yeah, so respect. Me, bacon, pineapple, and jalapeno. I love me some jalapeno. I just don't eat the meat. I like mushrooms. Sauteed mushrooms are delicious on pizza. I like pineapple because it makes it sweet. Yeah, any jalapenos are great. Really, any vegetable. I'm all for it. I'm a black sheep. Nice. I lived in Italy. You are correct about the pizza. Yeah, I visited Italy. I went to Florence and Rome. And yeah, the pizza there is nothing like the pizza in the United States. And it's the thinnest pizza I've ever had in Italy. Like super thin. JV, do you want a pie from Giovanni's? Please. Actually, my parents' restaurant when I was a kid in Solvang, Giovanni's was right next to our restaurant. So I would go to Giovanni's virtually every day and play in the arcade. And we also had our own arcade in our restaurant. But that brings back memories because I've eaten at Giovanni's so many times. It's not even funny. I love sheep and trolls. That'd be crazy if it's the same Giovanni's that's still there in Solvang that was next to my parents' restaurant. I have no clue if it is, so let me know, being you're in Solvang. Not saying you suck, but DC does. 100. I'm a psychedelic sheep. Coinstar machines paying Bitcoin now. The other alts just took a jar to Walmart and got $150 in Bitcoin back. That's what's up, man. Whoa. Best pizza, my kitchen. Nice, Paula. We have a black sheep. Then the train goes off the tracks. Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. Best pizza I had was in Switzerland, not Italy, but by Italians. Oh, very interesting. Blondie's Cafe. That's it. That was my parents' restaurant, family. Blondie's Diner and Rackety Rack, the pool hall. And we also had the seafood restaurant and the arcade all combined in one. So, wow. Yeah, that was us. Crazy. But no, it wasn't in Berkeley. It was in Solvang, California. We even had people take their horses. We had a stable for horses. People would ride their horses to the diner. That's the type of town it was. Old school, fam. New York pizza is the best anywhere on earth. Take that. Pow. Yeah, peace to that. Normal is setting on a clothes dryer machine. I've been to Solvang. Nice. It's my old stomping grounds. Shout out Marissa. Thank you for subbing. Best pizza I had was in Philly. Word. I'm in SB. Cool, cool, cool. I'd give 10,000 Bitcoin for a couple of Papa John's. But that's a mistake I won't repeat. It happens, man. Solvang is awesome. Cheers to Solvang. I still remember the address, the house we lived at. It's 1899 Old Mission Drive. I think I want to buy that house back. That'd be pretty cool. With 1 Bitcoin, just for the story. When Bitcoin hits 1 million, 1 Bitcoin, boom. My childhood home, got it back. The best gyro I had was in Hungary, lived in Hungary and Greece, and have had both. Nice. Philly. No better than New York City pizza. Best pizza I had was in Italy, says K Jam. JB, do you still have your old videos from the previous channels? No. I mean, I could find stuff on computers, old computers, but not really. You could probably still find all the old podcasts, Weird Entrepreneurs, probably somewhere floating around Spotify and iTunes. It's just no longer active. In movies, the American pizza looked like flatbread and cheese sauce. Best pizza, Elio's. Didn't eat the pizza in Italy. Had fish. Right on, Jennifer. Yeah, there's so many good pizza spots in New York City. I'm just discovering new spots. Good stuff, family.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best?
I know, it's crazy. We've been talking about pizza for 20 minutes. I just had pizza for lunch too. It's funny. JB, back up your own video on your own hard drive and keep them at home. Yeah. The thing is, I'm not even concerned with backing up the videos, and 100% with you on that. Is because I create new video content every day. So even if something happened to the channel, I'm not going to sit there and upload old videos because they're old. They're no longer relevant. Every day I create new content. So as a content creator, every day of my life, I just create new content. So the old content's kind of irrelevant because every day there's something new, if that makes sense. I'm sorry I started this whole pizza thing. It's your fault, Crypto Surge. You're no longer welcome back. Just playing. High Res TV, Donald Trump's Tucker Carlson, Joe Biden, Putin rap song. Oh snap! Oh snap!
Closing fast, but you do your ass. Come on, lose your cash 'cause it's moving fast.
Geno's in Philly for the cheesesteaks. I want to make a stone oven in my backyard. That'd be pretty lit. JB, that makes sense. Yeah. So it's like, it was kind of like when I lost this YouTube channel temporarily under false pretenses. They terminated this channel back in August temporarily for like a week and a half. I'm like, great, 2,000 videos gone. But then I'm like, it's not like I'm going to upload 2,000 old videos. Number one, that's like a full-time job I got to hire someone to do. And number two, it's all outdated and from years ago. So it's like, who really cares about my old videos? Nobody. Create new content every day, so it's all irrelevant. That's just how I think about it. Bitcoin to 67,000 this week. Send it, Silas. Yeah, man. Wood-fired pizza. Yummy. Oh, boy. The pizza gate. Pump it up.
Do your thing, let me do my thing. Pump it up.
I do love that song. Never gets old. I'm craving Robbie's crypto slang. Oh my God, I got that here. We're on the tube though. I can't play more than a few second clips, but shout out Robbie P.
Hey, pay attention on how I break this Bitcoin slang down.
That's definitely hands down my favorite Bitcoin track of all time, Robbie P. Damn, I'm hungry for pizza. JV, pump it up. Get you back the terabytes. Yeah, man.
Check it. A Bitcoin is a currency. Blockchain is technology.
Transactions take place on it constantly.
Transactions take place on it constantly.
I got Bitcoin leftovers for lunch, 3 slices. Pizza to me is always best the second day when you heat it up in the oven, which is what I just did. Me and my daughter just had that pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You got that right. JV, pump it up. Sounds like JV needs to utilize his entertainment resources. Yeah, sounds like it. Time for the Rumble seat. Yeah, I'm going to stick around here on the tube for a few more minutes, and then we'll continue with the uncensored version of the pod where I can play these tracks in full and have an uncensored version conversation with you guys, if you know what I mean. Oven, no microwave EMF. Yes, I don't use microwaves. I'll use the microwave as a bread basket, and that's about it. We don't turn the microwaves on at JV's house. I don't think I've used the microwave in 15 years. Every rare occasion someone wants popcorn, it's never me. We may use the frickin' microwave, but that's the only exception. and it's like once in a blue moon. And it's never me eating the popcorn. It's others. Yes, got to wait till the maximum hunger for the next day. Even better. You're talking about BSV, correct? I don't know who you're referring to, Joel. How does 1 million Bitcoin sound? Pretty damn good.
A public key is your address, private key is your access. Cash is trash, but a Bitcoin is an asset.
That's right. Cash is trash, but a Bitcoin is an asset. I mean, LNB. How does $1 million Bitcoin sound? Ain't nothing funny. Error. Still nothing move but the money. Step away from the microwave when it's on. That too. For real. Serious level of radiation. So you mean to tell me you're not supposed to stare at it and meditate to it? Leftover pizza left after getting fired. Wake up and eat just like that. Oh, fried. Those younger years. I made modern ovens that have inbuilt microwaves. Interesting. You can air fry the next day. Good to go. You want to be healthier. Stop using a microwave. Facts. Juan Romero. Me too, JV. I even cook popcorn in a pot on the stove. No microwave. Smart. Yeah, they do. I think they even sell popcorn you can put on the stove, right? Yeah. Warm leftover pizza in the air fryer. Much better. I am my own boss. Good to note. Thanks for hosting the stream. It is good to hear all these like-minded people. Big bags for everyone. Cheers to that, Mick Fu. Appreciate it. Don't stare inside. Running microwave can heat part of the eye. Go figure. Want to be healthier? Don't eat in America. We ain't heard of Chairman Gensler. I heard he works for Jamie Dimon. They're going to freak out at 1 million Bitcoin. I don't think they care about the price. It's their handlers. They got to pretend they care. Like, think of it that way. They going to give two issues. They're already rich. Jamie Dimon's a billionaire. Gensler's probably worth $20-30 million. Think they care about any of this? It's just a game. It's a game being played. The bags are so heavy, it is breaking my back. Love to hear that. Is your family restaurant still open? No, it's not. It was back in the day when we lived there for maybe 4 or 5 years and then actually end up going bankrupt. We had my parents had a business partner that screwed them. You live, you learn. And we relocated to Florida after our solving stuff. So it went strong for 4 or 5 years. It was actually one of the most popular places in the town. All the famous people would be there. I know Michael Jackson visited. Jimmy Connors, the tennis player, was friends with our family. His son, my brother, would always hang out. They would come to the restaurant. Bo Derek, a lot of old school actors, actresses that lived around there at the time. So yeah, but I was a little one. I was just doing my thing at the arcade. We had our own arcade, so I'd be playing arcade games. I was popular because all my friends would want to come hang out at the restaurant in the arcade, and we just play arcade games all day. We had a pool hall as well, so I got good at pool at a very young age, which was pretty lit. Super fun place to work. Exactly. Where's the real Gensler at? Let me see if I can find Gary. Gary, are you here?
Hey, JV. It's Mr. Gensler. Mom! Meatloaf!
Gary, you still having your mom make you meatloaf?
You're damn right, JV. That's how Gary G gets down. You know what I mean?
That was a little Gary for you. We'll do a little more Gary if you want on the uncensored version on Rumble. I was a busboy. Oh, nice. Nice. I did a little bussing as well as a kid. I was also cooking in the back with the chefs. I was doing it all. Just fun. Bo Derek. Wow, hadn't heard that name forever. That's old school. Yes, old school actress. She would come to the restaurant. I was a busy boy too. I love meatloaf. Cooking. The only horrible pizza I ate was at not a bowling alley. Yeah, you don't want the bowling alley pizza. That's for sure. You're better off at Chuck E. Cheese. Get back 52.3. Let's go. We're pumping again, fam. 52. We're already 52 up probably on Coinbase. BitGo is always lagging everything else. So what you see on your screen is probably a little lower than where we're at. Do you think that Ethereum ETF will drive down the price of Bitcoin as investors spread out their investment? No, I'm not concerned over that at all. I learned how to fix pinball machines because JV would beat up the buttons. Snap. we had pinball. We had the most lit pinball game at the time we had in our arcade. It was T2, Terminator Judgment Day. That was pretty awesome. I remember playing that pinball machine so much. So that's funny you mentioned pinball, fam. My sister did her hair in braids after Bo Derek. Oh, wow. I taught you how to bust tables, JV. Oh, snap. British Hodl's calling for 162,000 for the Bitcoin at the time of the halving. I hope he's right. A shout out to British Hodl. Terminator T2 Judgment Day. That was pretty classic at the time. When you least expected and thought it was safe, Onyx hit you in the face and 100,000 slam. Dun 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 dun. Let the boys be boys. Y'all remember Sticky Fingers? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he gets it. Delivered pizza and Geno's. Nice. In Brook, New York for a couple of years. My latest cooking specialty is, what does that say? Sauteed potato, sweet potato. I love sweet potato. Lentils, man, send it. He based that on the ETF flows, saying same over 55, 66 days into the halving. Just 3 rules. JB, I worked for your parents. Maybe you did. Is that what you're telling me? Are you being serious? Because maybe you did. Then you must have known little JV before I became JV. Lisa, that's freaking crazy, bro. So did you seriously work at the diner? Or are you just pulling my leg now? Because that's crazy. Darren Hart, thanks for the sub, family. Appreciate it. Marcel in the building. Geno's. Yes. So you're being serious. Wow. I should have, my mom was just here for 2 weeks. She just went back yesterday. So, wow. That's crazy, man. It is a small world, after all. How long did you work at the restaurant, bro? Have you talked about PlanB 600,000 prediction already? Just join. Yeah, this is the Q&A session. So we already did the hour worth of content. So this is just us talking now. Dude, that is crazy, bro. Hash rate, all-time high. I played roulette and craps and won at the tables and almost got kicked out of the casinos. Good for you, K-Jam. That's awesome. Ask her what year. Do you drink matcha? No, I don't. I'm not familiar with matcha. I missed Dot. Wow. Yeah, that's my mom. So you really did work for our restaurant. Wow. That's crazy, bro. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I don't know what else to say. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Do they change fees, transfer the Cash App for the Cold Wallet? Not sure what you mean. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod because we've been streaming now almost an hour and a half. Appreciate everyone here. We'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern for the premiere. But head on over to Rumble right now. If you're new, we stream on Rumble and YouTube at the same time. When the YouTube stream ends, we continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusive on Rumble. So head on over to Rumble. It's been fun. We're going to continue to pump it up. And I'll see you guys shortly on Rumble. Link in the description, or you can just go to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net or simply open the Rumble app and type in crypto news alerts. I'll see you there shortly, family. Deuces.